So, welcome. I am the PhD committee admissions committee chair. My name is Kelley Kidwell. I'm also a professor here in the department and associate chair for academic affairs. And I'm just so grateful that you all came here. So thank you so much for applying to us, for considering our program. We're so glad that you made the trip here. And we hope that we can convince you that this is the right place for you. A little bit more about our department. We have a very large department, both in students and in faculty, but this is really an advantage. This is an advantage for you. It's awesome for us. You don't need to know what you want to study. You come here, you start taking classes, you meet everyone, and you'll figure it out, because whatever you want to do, we've got somebody here that does that, and they're an expert. Most likely a national, international known expert in what they're doing. And so that's really one of the big advantages to a larger program. Also, all of the students here, you get a really great pick of friends, right? There's a lot of options. So it's a really great thing to have a nice big program and a lot of research money that comes in to support a lot of awesome projects. So we had a record-breaking year yet again. I've said this year after year, but somehow we keep breaking records of the number of applications. So 981 applications to our master's and PhD programs, split about 2/3, 1/3 across master's, the two programs, and our PhD. So we've been busy. We've been reading all about you, and we're so grateful that you found our program. We have made 485 master's acceptances. Now, we do not expect that many students, FYI, okay? Don't get scared. We're not increasing our program fourfold. We anticipate numbers between 60 to 80 in our Biostat masters and 20 to 30 in our HDS masters, okay? And then we made 51 fully funded PhD offers, and we anticipate somewhere between probably 20 to 30 or so students. So really nice cohort sizes, really excellent program, and a lot of students that you'll be joining that just provide so much great information for you. A little bit of background in terms of our last cohort, what sort of background they're coming from, and probably most of you. So we definitely have a lot of students coming from to our masters with a math or stat or biostat background. That's the largest representation of backgrounds in our program. But we love all types of backgrounds, right? Diversity in terms of who you are and what you've studied really helps the program and the science, and just gives it so much more to share. So we have biochem backgrounds, engineering, computer science, economics, business, and some other backgrounds represented. So as long as you had those three prereqs, right, we're really excited about getting you here. Our PhDs primarily have that math stat background. We do have a lot of PhD students from our own biostat masters, and then coming from other master's programs or directly from undergrad, usually with a math stat background or data science, some finance, obviously a little more on the quantitative side with our PhD program. We have our two master's programs now. So we have a master's of science in biostatistics, and we have a master's of science in health data science. Both of these excellent programs. You had to choose one, or you applied to both and you got admitted to one or both of those. A little bit about the difference. So biostatistics is like the traditional biostatistics, whereas HDS is going to have a little bit more focus on computation. We're trying to develop biostatisticians, whereas health data science is maybe more health data scientists. However, those terms are somewhat synonymous these days, so I think you could definitely call yourself a data scientist coming out of our biostat MS. Both of these programs, there's high overlap. A strong foundation in statistical theory. They share most of the core courses. A lot of the elective courses, so if you're in the traditional biostat, you can take elective courses from the HDS program. If you're in HDS, you can take traditional biostat courses. So really great, combo, lots of shared courses here. Either of these masters could be terminal degrees and set you out into the world with an amazing career. Alternatively, if you want to have this as a stepping stone to a PhD here or elsewhere, these are great degrees for that. So a lot of overlap, a little bit just more emphasis on required classes being based on computation and big data in HDS, whereas those aren't going to be required, but they could be electives in biostatistics MS. Both programs are 48 credit hours, and they are residential here over 4 semesters. So we don't have classes in the summer, but you will be here in the fall and what we call the winter, some people call spring. It has been quite springy lately, but it's going to be your 2 primary semesters in 2 years. 3/4 of those credits are going to be really biostatistics or health data science classes, and the other are going to be filled with electives that can come from other disciplines. We do require 3 hours of an epidemiology course and a 1 credit or 1 hour of a public health course to give you that nice rounding of public health, given we're in the school of public health. But otherwise, you can fill in your electives with courses from biostat, from statistics department in LS&A, from computer science, information sciences, engineering. A lot of our students take those courses. So once you're here at Michigan, you can take all the other Michigan classes. We're really hoping, to get you to be a great team member and potentially a really give you all those skills so that if you want to leave with your master's, you will be ready to jump into that professional world. The biostatistics for the MS coursework includes these core courses. So these are required for all individuals going through our MS, is a series of probability theory and statistical inference, Biostat 601, 602. You'll take that your first year, fall and winter semesters. And alongside of that, you'll take this statistical methods or more the applied regression courses, Biostat 650, 651. Along with those in the fall and winter semester. We also have Biostat 653, which you'll take your second year. And then it all culminates with this capstone course. So we don't have a master's thesis or a master's exam. What we have is this capstone course, Biostat 699, that you take in the second semester of your second year that brings everything all together. And so everything you've learned that you might be like, why did I learn this theory? What? In Biostat 699, they're going to say, hey, here's a project, figure it out. And you're going to say, oh, I need that thing. Oh, here's where it comes together. Oh, and now I see how this applies to this thing, right? So it's all going to come together and really prepare you for that next step. And then we have a bunch of biostat electives. So for example, like survival analysis or clinical trials or non-parametric statistics, categorical data, your choice on those. And then you can choose some additional electives that could be outside of biostatistics. The HDS coursework is similarly going to have that probability theory and statistical methods, those 4 core courses, 601, 602, 650, 651. But instead of 653, we require these computing and machine learning courses, so 620, 625, and 626, so health data science, computing, and machine learning. And then instead of 699, we have sort of a health data science equivalent, which is Biostat 629. And so that's going to be very similar, bring it all together. You're going to work on case studies and apply all of those methods that you've just learned. We have a required biostat elective from a specific list for this degree, and 1 specific computing elective that you must fulfill from a specific list for this degree, and then the additional electives you can choose quite broadly. Our PhD program is typically about somewhere between 3 to 5 to 6 years, depending on if you have your master's either from our program or a different program, or if you're coming right from undergrad, it's probably going to take more on the 5 to 6 year span. So if you're coming right from undergrad or even from another master's, usually you take our master's coursework to begin. So you take that same 601, 602, 650, 651, all of those courses. You do 2 years of that master's coursework as a foundation. And then once you've done that, you could take our qualifying exam. Currently, that looks like 1 exam that's based on those 4 core courses, or maybe 699 as well. So 601, 602, 650, 651. And then you have about a year left of coursework for the PhD program, which includes you have to take an advanced calculus class or real analysis class, along with a higher level statistical inference set of classes, 801, 802. We require stochastic processes, and then you can choose additional biostat electives. Once you've passed the qualifying exam, you've completed your coursework, you're now a PhD candidate. And this is really exciting. This is where you get to go around to our faculty and say, hey, are you cool enough to be my mentor, right? You get to interview us, you get to see, do you want to work with us? Do you want to study with us? Can you like hang out with us enough for the next few years to do your dissertation? That's that time that you decide that and you start working on that dissertation, and that could take anywhere between 2 to 4 years. We're really hoping that from our PhD program, we're building up your skills, your foundation, your statistical foundation, to be a real great leader. We have this new coursework that we introduced this past year. So 2 years ago, we started as a pilot. This last year, it's full-fledged. So all of our first-year students, we really suggest, highly suggest that you join our classwork Biostat 611 in the fall and 612 in the winter. This is a grad school and professional success skills class. So this is really going to complement all of the statistics and the foundation that you're learning in the classroom with all of those other skills. That how are you successful in the classroom? How are you going to be successful on the job market? How can you communicate well? How can you deal with all of the pressures that you have? This class is really just an amazing opportunity that we have here. It's 1 credit, there's no homework. It's just to come 1 hour a week and to listen to various professionals across a variety of fields to help you excel as a whole person, not just as a biostatistics student. So it's gonna help you survive and thrive as a biostat student, but then also help prepare you for internships in the summer or job opportunities, whether you're a master's or a PhD student. This is an excellent class. So highly recommended. A little bit about our funding sources. So all PhD students are funded. Several master's students were offered funding, although not that many as you saw on that initial slide. And if you're offered funding, what that means is that your tuition is fully paid for and you receive a stipend, and in return, you do some work. So you either get a graduate student research assistantship, which you can see is the most of our students who are funded. And so you generally work as sort of like an apprentice with a faculty member. Or you might be a graduate student instructor or a teaching assistant. There are less of those because we do not have an undergrad program, so you'd be helping with the foundational courses for the other school public health disciplines for learning biostatistics, or some of our earlier master's level courses. We also have 2 training grants. So we have the genome science training program and the cancer biostatistics training program. And so several of you might have heard from some of the faculty who lead those programs for interest in those training grants. In addition, we have a number of tuition awards. So some of you might have been offered tuition as opposed to full funding. We gave out a quarter, I think actually this year we gave out 50% and full tuition to some individuals. And so that means you don't have to do any work for us. You don't get an additional stipend, but your tuition or part of your tuition will be paid for by the department. So if you weren't offered full funding, you can look at this great guide to student funding from Michigan website. We included that in your letter. And so you can potentially pursue other GSRAs or GSIs in other departments if they're listed on there. You're welcome to pursue that at your, on your own. In addition, we have something called StatCom, which isn't methods research, but it is collaborative, applied, opportunity that you can get involved in seeing how you use statistics in the real world to help nonprofits. And so it's a really great opportunity. It's a volunteer opportunity, and you'll hear more about that from our students. We have a course called Biostat 610, and this is where you can talk to a faculty member and see if they're willing to do this with you. It's called Readings in Biostatistics. And you can just essentially have like a weekly meeting with that faculty member, start reading in some area, maybe working on a project with them. And so that's not a paid position. However, you get some opportunities to start to figure out what research might be like with someone. Several faculty members will hire what we call temp hourly workers. And so in that case, you're not a GSRA. However, you could start to work on most likely a collaborative project or something that a faculty member has for somewhere usually around 10 hours, up to 10 hours a week. And so you can have some opportunity to work with someone in that way. And then the summertime is a time when our faculty will more likely hire graduate student research assistantships. You're a little bit cheaper in the summer, and we have a little bit more time to breathe and help with these projects. And so once the kind of like winter, spring comes around, you can check out if any faculty have these opportunities and apply for those. Also, obviously, there are many, many internships outside of University of Michigan for the summer that we highly emphasize to our students to apply for those, and we give lots of resources for applying for those, getting ready for those, particularly in that Biostat 611 and our amazing career services office in the School of Public Health. Our students from the master's, from the PhD, have just amazing job opportunities. So our departmental reputation, the importance of biostatistics and health data science, the strength of our students, and the strength of our alumni network, which is vast, all across the world, are really, really helpful in getting our graduates into amazing positions. So our students go into universities, academic research centers. They also go into government, they go into industry, they go into consultation jobs, technology jobs, across all different sectors where someone might be interested in someone with quantitative skills. We post notices of positions when we hear about them. We send them around. We also host recruiters. So we had a job fair just recently at the beginning of the semester to help. We also have something called the Alumni Spotlight, where we invite alumni back to give a talk about how they got to where they are, what they're doing, and then they make appointments with students to chat with them. Biostat 611, as I've already harped about, really great opportunities given there, and then our career services office is wonderful. So here's just a little quick image of where some of our students or graduates have gone. Bramar said a few of those amazing female students where they have gone, but you can see over here we have academic centers, we have research centers, we have technology, we have pharmaceutical companies, we have software companies, right? We've got it all represented, really amazing places, great jobs, all at the fingertips of our graduates. And so you can see this is a little bit older data from 2015 to 2020, but about a third of our students from the master's program going into industry, not quite half of them, or a little, like about 40% going to PhD programs, almost 20% going into research, universities or hospital positions, and 4% going into government or nonprofit positions. Our PhD, almost 60% going into industry, and industry here we're kind of lumping together, like pharmaceutical technology, places like that. About not quite a third from 2015 to 2020 going into academia, 10% going into government and nonprofit positions. So just really excellent opportunities, really great spread, wide variety of opportunities where our graduates are. Okay, so the deadlines. You guys have not quite a month to make your final decision, but if you know earlier, please let us know as soon as you know. We would love to welcome you and congratulate you on your decision. We hope that it's here, but regardless of where it is, we want to congratulate you and be really excited for you making that next step in biostat or statistics or whatever that step is for you. Once you have made that decision, it's official, right after we have that kind of information from everybody, we're going to send out a position questionnaire. So if you've been accepted with funding, we're going to send out a survey to ask, what are you interested in for your funding? Are you interested in teaching? Are you interested in research? Who are you interested in whose research and what type of research? And so we use that information and we do a departmental matching system so that we take your information, we take the faculty with funding, and we do our best to match you and the faculty with one of their top choices. Okay, so that will happen after you've accepted, after we know the numbers and the funding information. So the late spring and summer, you'll find out who you can work with if you're fully funded. And then we'll have our new student orientation. So the week before school starts, we like to bring you in and do all this over again, remind you, and make sure that you get to meet all of your fellow students and have great food and fun. Our first day of classes in the fall is August 29th. So if you are a master's student and you weren't accepted with funding, which is the majority of master's students, you are potentially considered for departmental funding if opportunities arise. So if we have extra teaching assistantships or research assistantships or tuition money, which sometimes happen that there are the few additional positions, then we will look at your information and we can potentially offer you one of these things. Also, as I said, there are these temp hourly positions. However, I don't want to get your hopes up too much, so there are potential opportunities, however, they are few. So if you are an unfunded master's student, we do want you to prepare for paying for that master's for all 4 semesters. So I just want to leave with our shared public health values. We believe in compassion, we believe in innovation, we believe in inclusion, and we pursue impact in the School of Public Health and in the Department of Biostatistics. We are just really, really excited and incredibly, really just look forward to your hopeful acceptance into our program. If you have any other questions, we'll give a few minutes for questions before our faculty come in to introduce themselves. Otherwise, you can ask faculty. I have a room, so you're welcome to come ask me. Or you can send emails, Fatma for master's questions, Nicole for PhD questions, or I'm happy to help figure out where that question should go. So with that, are there any questions for me? Yeah, let me give you this.
It says on our brochure that the first day starts August.
Okay, maybe August 29th was this last year. So you should definitely look at the registrar for that correct date. Thank you. Any other questions about, yeah?
So are there any opportunities for those admitted to the PhD program coming out of just a bachelor's? Is there any opportunity to test out of certain courses? I'll repeat it into the microphone briefly. Are there any opportunities for incoming PhD students without a master's to test out of some of the master's courses?
Yes, there is. You are welcome to submit coursework to our program. Our curriculum committee will look at that and decide if you can waive out of any of our courses. I will say that the majority of individuals who come directly from undergraduate usually don't waive out of the courses for the PhD program. It's more likely that if you came with a master's from a different program, you might be able to waive. But you should try if you think that you could potentially do that. Yeah, let me get you the mic first.
Hi, I was wondering if PhD students coming in without a master's actually earn the master's degree when they finish all those requirements.
Great question. Nicole, do the PhD students without a master's, do they technically earn their master's?
Yeah, so
Yes.
as you're progressing in the PhD program, you'll be completing much of the same master's coursework. And you can apply for an embedded master's, which is the same, it comes in as the master's degree. So you will have an opportunity to apply for that whenever you finish that coursework.
But it's
It's a master's degree.
yes, great.
So
You don't have to do that, but you can do that. Is that what you're saying? Yes. Yes. Yeah.
If we got tuition paid, but we didn't get funding, does that mean we don't have to do anything if we got tuition paid?
That's right. In terms of, you don't have to do anything in terms of a GSRA or a GSI. That's right.
Your grade's up.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Come, enjoy, go to classes, do well. Yes. Yes. Oh, right here.
Hi, this is Indra. I have a question regarding the funding. So when we will know we are considered for the funding, after we accepted the admission or after April 15th?
So your admissions letter would have said if you were accepted with funding. So you would know right now if you were accepted with funding or not, and then you will know the specifics about the funding in the late summer before the fall, after we get that information from the survey.
So do we have any eligibility basis which will be eligible for the funding, or how the process is designed?
Sure. So when we're looking at applications in the admissions process, so the PhD is automatic funding. So anyone who accepted to our PhD, we know we're going to fund you. And then in terms of master's, very little students were offered funding. And there's not a specific set of eligibility criteria, but we're just looking for those in which we think would excel and which we think would add to our program and might be able to come into a GSRA or GSI position. All right, I'm sure many of you still have many more questions. And again, you can ask these to the faculty that you meet with, or you can come meet with me. But we've made our faculty wait long enough. Thank you so much for your patience, faculty. As usual, we're always behind. So thank you for coming. We're gonna do quick introductions of all of our faculty members. And then we'll have a time period in which you can go to their rooms. So they all have assigned rooms. And every 15 minutes, we're gonna have a little switch up. So figure out who you want to meet, and then you'll switch to different rooms. If that room is too full, go find a different faculty member and come back later, okay? We have enough time for that. So we'll start over here.
Just one
Yes.
more quick announcement for the people online. We will be transitioning to a student panel for the online audience when the faculty and students exit the room. Thank you.
For faculty, if you can just introduce your name and then maybe just quickly interest.
Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Nick Hartman. I'm a research assistant professor. A lot of my research interests are focused on survival analysis, predictive modeling, with a focus on health policy and kidney disease.
Hi everybody, welcome. My name is Kathy Spino. I'm a research professor and I work with clinical trials and data coordinating centers.
Hi everyone, I'm Jian Kang. I'm a professor of biostatistics, and my research interest is in machine learning Bayesian method and with application in imaging.
Hi everyone, my name is Wei Hao, and I'm a research assistant professor, and my research focuses on the mediation analysis and its applications in environmental health sciences and other health-related areas. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Hui Jiang. I'm a faculty member in the department. I work on computational statistics, bioinformatics, and cancer genomics. In particular, I'm sort of in charge of the health data science program. So if you're interested, have any questions regarding that program, feel free to talk to me.
Hi, I'm Sebastian Zöllner. I'm a professor in the department. My work is primarily in statistical genetics and population genetics. I'm also the co-director of precision health at the University of Michigan.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Xiang Zhou. I'm a professor in biostatistics. I mostly work on machine learning for genomics.
Hi, I'm Jean Morrison. I'm an assistant professor. I work on statistical genetics and causal inference. Maybe we should get Michele before we get all the way to the end, just so that you don't... Oh, you
I give it all. Hi, everyone.
Hi, I'm Donglin. I'm professor in the department, so I work on machine learning, precision medicine, and the survival analysis as well.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Peter Song. I'm the professor of the department, and I primarily work in smart health, using wearable devices to understand digital features to guide our behaviors or nutrition and other aspects of your lifestyle. And so I extensively work with people from nutritional sciences, environmental sciences, and nephrology. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Phil Boonstra. I'm an associate professor. I'm interested in data integration problems and applications in cancer and ECMO.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Taylor. I'm not in your book. I'm substituting for Fan Boo. So you're looking for Fan, you have to talk to me. Sorry. So I'm Jeremy Taylor. I work in survival analysis, longitudinal data, missing data, a lot of cancer applications, and I don't know if anyone did BDSI here in previous years. Anyway, you possibly came to my backyard for a picnic.
Hi, Matt Zawstowski. I'm a clinical associate professor in the department. I work in statistical genetics, population genetics, and epigenomics.
Hello, everyone. I'm Moushmi Banerjee. I'm research professor in the department. My areas of interest are predictive modeling, survival analysis, correlated data methods with applications to health policy and outcomes research, and specifically in cancer and pediatric heart disease. Many of the faces here, I'm trying to put faces to names. I serve as chair of the Master's Admissions Committee. So if you have questions, feel free to come and talk to me.
Hi, I'm Mike Elliott, I'm professor of biostatistics and research professor at the Survey Research Center at the Institute for Social Research. I have a lot of interest in survey statistics, causal inference, longitudinal data. Work in a huge variety of various applications that have some degree of relation to those topics. But nice to meet you all.
Hi, my name is Yi Li, and I'm working in cancer research. Nice to meet you, everybody here. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Veera Baladandi Uthapani. I'm a professor of biostatistics here. My research is mostly in Bayesian modeling and machine learning with applications to genomics, cancer genomics, and imaging. I also direct the cancer data science unit here on campus with a cancer center here. And yep.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Benke. I'm the longest serving faculty member here in biostatistics. I lead our Center for Statistical Genetics and Genome Science training program. I am thrilled to see all of you here today. Welcome, and I look forward to talking with some of you during the meetings from 11 to 1 and also at lunch after that.
Hi, I'm Nicole Fennick. I'm not a faculty member. I am a staff member. I've been here for 17 years, and I help with the admissions and recruitment area. I hope that you found everything all right. And as we transition to the faculty meetings, as we exit, we'll be giving you maps to the locations of the different faculty. You also have room numbers on there, but I'm fairly certain you don't know what those numbers mean. So we have maps. And we'll be handing them out here. So, and the faculty, do you know where you... We'll help you get there too. Okay, thank you.